Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I'm going to try on all new, mainly drugstore makeup, and I'm really psyched about everything in here. There are a lot of viral products that have really been popular on social media, and there's a lot of things that just have gotten really good reviews that I've seen. And so I was like, hey, if those things are getting good reviews on younger people, then I would hope that it would work for us more mature people. So I'm going to be trying on all this makeup on my more mature, less than perfect skin. I'm 62 and I have a ton of sun damage. I have enlarged pores and my fair share of wrinkles and discolorations. And I'm starting this video with no makeup on. I do have on my sunscreen, which is a tinted sunscreen, but the tint isn't makeup-y. When I say this is mostly drugstores, because 99% of it is drugstore, there's one product that I was really psyched about trying because it's a concealer that claims to be crease-free. And what mature person with under eye crinkles and crow's feet doesn't want a concealer that isn't going to crease under the eyes? So the concealer that we're going to put to the test today is the new one from IT Cosmetics. It's their Do It All concealer. This is a radiant concealer, medium coverage. It says it's also a multivitamin serum, so it claims to be a multitasker 4-in-1, and it says that it is crease-free and won't settle in your wrinkles. So psyched to give this a try, as well as everything else that I have in front of me. Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. This one has been getting excellent reviews and I'm really psyched to try it. I've also got a couple of things from L'Oreal that I thought were really interesting. This one is the Flash Cat Eye Liquid Liner, and what's cool about it is that it has this little template here attached to the cap of the packaging that you pull out, and you just lay it by the side of your eye and it helps you make a perfect little wing every time. And then they also have this really cool brow product. It's got these two little prongs, so parallel little prongs, so that you can fill in your brows much quicker and easier. And I think most mature people, the brows are getting a little sparse, and so we're always looking for a really great brow product as well. So concealer, foundation, brow product are the main ones. Then of course I have new launches of everything else. As always, I'll do an all-day wear test on it, and I'll show it to you outdoors in the bright sunshine. And of course, I'll show it to you up close and personal. So let's get started trying on the makeup. Let me pull my hair back and bring you in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. And I think we'll just do this like a little chatty, get ready with me kind of thing, because I've got some big things coming up. I know some people are like wondering what's going on with the launch, and want to talk about that as well. So let me get ready and then we'll start trying on the makeup. All right, so let's start in with foundation. The Maybelline 30-Hour Superstay Lumi Matte. I have it in shade 125. So I'm going to put one pump of the foundation out on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use my BK Beauty 115 brush to apply it today. I'm just going to dot it around my face with my fingers to start. But let's go ahead and do the lower part of my face first and just work this in with the brush. I'm just using small patting motions. I really like light to medium coverage foundation. I don't really go for super full coverage foundation. I like my skin to look natural. I like it to look like it has a little bit of a lit from within glow, but I don't like it to be too shiny because I have enlarged pores from years and years of sun damage, and the enlarged pores just really show up with things that are super shiny. So that looks pretty nice. That is a good shade match, I gotta say right off the bat, really good shade match. And how does it look sitting on the skin? It actually looks really nice. No problems with it, no streak marks, of course. Okay, I'm just gonna take the rest of that one pump off the back of my hand and do my forehead. So anyway, the things that I wanted to chat about were mainly the product launch. As a lot of you know, over the last couple of months, I've mentioned in a couple of videos that I'm launching a new brand and a new line of products. And you know, I have my brushes with BK Beauty, and I've had those for a couple of years, but I am branching out on my own and launching my own skincare brand, which is so scary, but yet so exciting. And I'm so psyched about it. And the best part about it is that it's a project that I've been working on with my dad. So this isn't the kind of thing where like some random company, you know, got in touch with me and said, hey, we want to slap your name on a product. This is kind of a labor of love that we've been working on for a couple of years now. And my dad, if you don't know, is a chemist. And I pretty much told him what I would like in my ideal products, and then he did the formulating, and then we're launching a company ourselves. We're kind of bootstrapping it, so that's really exciting. But I did say in 2 videos that it would be launching, soon, and then I think the last time I mentioned it, I think I said in a couple of weeks, and of course a couple of weeks have gone by and I still haven't launched it yet. And actually I was supposed to launch it today, but there was, as usual, a little snafu, and so it's going to be delayed by 1 week. I think we're launching it next Friday, so come back next Friday definitely to check out the product launch, you guys. I'm so excited about it. All right, let's move on to the star of the show, hopefully, the concealer. It's got this puffy doe foot kind of applicator, and you twist this to get the product up into the pad. So I'm just going to put a little bit under each eye. I like to wear as little concealer as I can get away with. I don't have a ton of darkness under my eyes, and so I don't need a lot of product. I think I picked the wrong shade. What shade did I get? This is looking a little bit orangey for me. Light medium. Yeah, light medium. That is the shade I always wear in IT Cosmetics stuff. If I like this, I'm definitely gonna have to buy it. In a different shade, I'm using my A506 Kitten Paw Concealer brush. This is the brush that I designed with BK Beauty for putting on concealer, because as an older person, I had never met a concealer brush that I liked. I was always putting it on with my fingers, and I wasn't having good success. I would get, weird streak marks in it. So this brush has really been like just amazing. And oh my gosh, this looks so smooth and so nice. Okay, so far so good with that. That looks lovely, and it is supposed to be a radiant concealer. I don't really love radiant concealer under my eyes. I feel like it accentuates my eye puffiness, and I do have puffiness because I haven't been sleeping well lately. Part of it is the nerves from the launch, and part of it is that my mom just had surgery last week, and the surgery went great. She was doing really, really well while she was still at the hospital and had like the nerve block, but she's been home for a few days now. And oh my gosh, the painkillers that they gave her just aren't working. She can't take opioids, and so she's taking basically Tylenol. And she was nauseous the first few days because she was on kind of a pseudo-opioid. Anyway, it's been such a bummer to see her in so much pain, and it really just kills my heart. But I've been trying to go over there and do things for her and help out. So I feel like my eye bags are looking a little baggier than normal today, but I know you guys are gonna be like, what? What eye bags? You don't have any. But yeah, I feel a little puffy. So in order to make my eyes look less puffy, I always like to apply a setting powder. And so I did get a new one to try today. This is from About Face. Curtain Call Set and Smooth Loose Powder. This is in the shade Veil. So it comes in shades. I believe there's a translucent. I think there's also yellow. Ooh, I like it. This has one of those like nets here. I really like this kind because then I don't have to dump it into the cap and make a big mess. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 108 brush. I'm just gonna press that in there, tap it off. Just like with the concealer, I wanna use the least amount of powder possible under my eyes. So I'm just gonna take that and just press it right under my eyes to really mattify and smooth. And a good setting powder will also blur, which it looks like this is doing. I mean, just looking at it here, comparing the sides, this eye definitely looks much more puffy to me than this eye. Yeah, I think it works like a charm. And also to disguise my pores, because I have enlarged pores from years of sun damage. I didn't know when I was roasting my skin in the sun that enlarged pores were part of sun damage. I had no idea. Now I know though. Wow, that looks really nice too. Okay. This isn't a flat matte powder. It still has a little bit of luminosity to it. So it's not completely like making everything disappear and blurring, but it is blurring it out pretty decently. Okay, so the blush I grabbed for today is this Sun-Kissed blush from Maybelline. It's 05 Blazing Blush. It's got a nice doe foot applicator, and this is a really pretty bubblegum pink kind of color. It looks like it has some luminosity to it. Ooh, it's very reflective. Huh, that's kind of pretty, I like that. To blend that in, I'm gonna use my A507 blush brush. Oh, did I mention that my Kitten Paw concealer brush is on sale on Amazon this week? It's 20% off, so if you need another one of these, you can grab that over on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box below the video, as well as links to everything here today. I think it ends on Sunday, so today's Friday, and I'm putting this up, so you got a couple days to grab that. All the BK on Amazon is 10% off. Tap it to spread it. Oh, that's very pale, but this is nice. Very, very subtle subtle blush, but it's pretty. You know, I do love a good cheek highlight. I love how just having this little bit of reflectiveness here just really lifts the cheek and just makes it look so full and so plump. We'll just even things up. Was I done telling you everything I had to say about the launch? It's so nerve-wracking because this is like us putting our baby out into the world. And I'm so hoping that, you know, it's really well received and people really like it, but you know, you just don't know. It's like terrifying and exciting all at the same time. Okay, so for the bronzer today, I picked up this product from Maybelline. It's called Lifter Sticks, and this one is in the shade 35. It's more of like a cool tone. A lot of them are nice and warm, but it came in lots of shades. And to blend this, I'm gonna use my BK 109 brush. I'm just gonna start with the forehead and blend that in. Ooh, that blends in really nicely. And the color is really good. Do a little here at the cheekbones, a little bit down the sides of the nose. You can really control where you're putting this. Put a little bit across the top here. And then I always like to carve out the sagging jowls. Just put that up a little higher there. This is really pretty and I love how it's blending. Let me go ahead with the highlighter that I got, even though I really don't feel like I need it. This is L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow highlighter, and this is in the shade 640 Glowy Sparkling Rosé. I'm just gonna put a little bit like right here at the top of my cheek, and I'm just gonna blend it with the blush brush. All right, for the eyeshadow today, I picked up a new ELF Perfect 10 palette. These palettes aren't new to me, but this one is. I have two others of these palettes because they're so good, but I hadn't seen this all matte one before, and I really like the look of this, and I thought, oh wow, for, you know, probably a fraction of the price, it looks like some of the shades are pretty similar to this Natasha Denona palette. Oh wait, I need an eyelid primer first because eyeshadow needs primer. I didn't buy a new one. I'm gonna use the About Face primer. I love this one. Pop that on there. Okay, I'm gonna use this shade first with my A501 brush, and this is going to be all over the movable part of the lid. And yeah, so back to the launch for a minute. I just can't believe the education that I've gotten over the last year or two in, you know, trying to bring this brand to life. There are just so many moving parts to doing this. You know, you got to pick the packaging, you got to figure out what's the right packaging, you got to try to keep the cost down, and then there's like printing, boxes and stickers and cards and different components. I'm just going to go in with my A502 and I'm going to use this really buff color here. I'm just going to look straight ahead and put that right on there. That's the best way to do it, because if you're going like this, then you put it there and then it ends up too low. That's a really pretty color, very soft and subtle, perfect for like a nice no makeup look. I was actually supposed to be launching the brand in January, talk about delays, but then the tariffs hit. It caused some delays with getting our packaging in and some other things. It's just like the logistics of doing this thing to figure out where you're getting all the pieces and parts from. And then, you know, of course, who's going to manufacture for you and how are you going to ship it and where are you going to send it to? I know a lot of people from Canada and from Europe have said, are you sending it internationally? I hope to. My goal was always to have it be international, but now I'm not so sure because the tariffs and the shipping are just so much, and where I'm trying to keep the cost down and have it be like a really cost-effective brand, it's hard to do it at small quantities. But once you scale up and you're doing it bigger, then you know you get more economies of scale with things. So hopefully we'll get there if people like it enough that you know people are buying enough and that we can scale up. So anyway, next I'm going to go in with my A504 brush. I'm going to use this shade down here and keep this fairly light today, and this is a smaller brush, and so this is going to go deeper into the crease, not up as high as that previous color. This is pretty, really nice and natural, but there are darker shades so that you can go darker if you want. Then I'm just going to blend it out with my A503 brush, and that one just softens everything up. All right, for the eyeliner today, I got this L'Oreal Infallible Flash Cat Eye, and it's got this little template at the end for doing a wing. All right, we'll see how that goes. You know, with the hooded eyes, it's always a gamble. I'm gonna go ahead and do the top lining here above the lashes to start. Okay, you can see, right? And what do we get? Not bad. I gotta fill it in. Bring it down. That's pretty though. I like it. It looks really nice, and the positioning is reasonable with my hooded eye. I don't know if I can do both. All right, let me do the top first. You want to watch this whole thing while I struggle? The struggle is real. 62-year-old woman tries to put on eyeliner. All right, let me line this one up. And I don't know if I have it flat. Oh, I think that's pretty successful for a wing. I mean, it made it easy. It didn't slide under the template and get all over the place. But I do want to just fill in with some black eyeliner inside here. I didn't buy a new pencil eyeliner, so I'm going to use the Thrive Cosmetics. I did just get this a few weeks ago. I've used it a few times. I like this a lot. It really stays in place. I'm just going to use this to bring this in at the inner corner and to do my tight lining. That'll make it look a little more like natural. I usually do my under eyeliner, but I think I'm not going to do it today. We'll just leave it because this is making a statement, right? So what am I about to say? The mascara I got to try today is the ELF Lash and Roll. I saw an ad for this one the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, it claims to be like super curling mascara. So here, take a look at my eyelashes. And let's see if this actually curls them. I always feel like I'm a kid in a candy store with new makeup. Like I'm always like, oh, I want it to work. I want it to work. Let's try it. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. I look fine without makeup, but I always feel like I look better with makeup. And so I really like makeup. I really enjoy it. And I love all the innovations and all the things that, the companies are coming out with. And I really want them all to work. And I'm so picky though, so I'm disappointed more often than not. I feel like this is a very dry formula. Like there's not a ton on the brush. And when you're pulling it out, the squeegee is very squeegee-ish. Like it's really squeegeeing off the brush. That's one coat there, which is not dramatic, not anything major going on. My favorite mascara, which is still the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water. That stuff, you put on one coat of that and man, lashes galore. I don't see any curling going on. Oh no, wait a minute, hold the phone. I guess they are because I can definitely see them poking up there and these ones are more like this. Let's compare. Curled? Yes? No? I won't be able to know until after I look at the footage and hopefully I'm hitting record at the right parts. The other day I tried to record a video and I wasn't hitting record, I was hitting stop every time I thought I was recording. So I have all these like 10-second clips of me just picking something up and all the talking clips and all the doing things clips are nowhere. They just weren't recorded. So that was a bust and a bummer. One video that didn't get made. Usually I like to have an extra video in the hopper. Just when life happens, it's nice to have an extra video made and waiting, and I had so much else going on that this week I didn't have an extra video made and waiting. I feel like I haven't been on my regular schedule lately, so I really want to get back on my regular schedule. I have this L'Oreal brow product. This looked interesting. It's called Faux Brow, and it has these two little prongers that you are supposed to be able to draw on your brow hairs with. Oh, up to 2-day brow tint pen. I suppose in order to make it last 2 days, you can't wash your face. Shake well before using. And I got it in shade 388 Blonde. Shaking it. There, I just drew a couple of tiny lines on there. Can you see them? That's how fine they are. I think for a blonde, this is really warm. That looks nice. It's a little wide. Maybe if I do them like this and go up. That's kind of how my hairs grow. You know what I do want to try though is men's, like the Grecian formula trick. I want to try that. Oh, that looks really dark in there. It's a little heavy right in here. Let me do the other eyebrow. Yeah, I feel like this is taking forever. I like the eyebrows. They're darker than I'm used to, but I think it's pretty. Moving on to the lips, ELF Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. This is in the shade Pinky Out. Let's go ahead and get it on there. It's very sheer. It's really pretty, but I wanted it to have a little more color. It feels really hydrating. It's got a little bit of a vanilla, I think, scent in there. I think that's everything that I had to put on. So this is a finished makeup look. What do you think? Okay, it's 2 o'clock now. I can do 6:30 and 11 for the check-ins on it. So that'll be 4.5 hours and 9 hours. And we'll see how this wears throughout the day. But here it is up close. The under eye concealer is supposed to be crease proof. It's definitely giving me some creasing at the inner corners. Love the eyeliner. There's something weird going on with this blush where the highlighter it's looking really heavy and really speckly up close. I'd say there's a tiny bit of settling up there in the old forehead wrinkles, but not really that noticeable. From a distance, it's fine. All right, let me grab the vlogging camera. We'll go outside and check it out in the bright sunshine. Hey guys, I'm back. It's time for the 4.5 hour check-in on the makeup. The main thing that I really wanted to check out is, of course, the foundation and the under eye concealer. The foundation is still looking pretty good. My only complaint about it is that it is like settled into wrinkles a little bit right here by the sides of my mouth. There's a tiny bit of settling up here on the forehead. It isn't making the wrinkles look bigger or accentuating them, so I think that it is okay. It isn't getting super shiny or anything. I feel like the finish is still really good. I feel like this face powder is nice. It's definitely keeping everything looking good. Like the wear on this eyeliner so far really good. The eyebrows really good. So yeah, I am feeling really good about all this makeup. I have seen it a few times in a few different mirrors, and everywhere that I saw it, I thought it looked good. I thought it looked good in the bright sunshine. The under eye concealer is already wearing off a little bit in the inner corners. I think my regular concealer looks a little bit better than this. One thing that's really surprising me is this ELF Pout Clout lip plumping pen. This is still on from 4.5 hours ago. I can still feel it on my lips, and usually something like this, like it's gone in a couple of hours. I haven't eaten anything, but I did have a glass of water and just doing my normal stuff, talking and whatnot. I can still feel like the hydration on my lips. All right, it is 11 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I don't know where my children are. I know one's in New Jersey and one's in New York, but that's about all I know. Can I just say, wow, check out this makeup. Oh my gosh, this looks so good for 9.5 hours. 3 hours ago, I went to dinner and I saw my niece, and she said that I looked beautiful tonight. And how often does your niece greet you and say, "Auntie, you look so beautiful"? And I was like, "Oh, thanks." She was like, "All new makeup?" I said, "Yes, all new makeup, filming today." She goes, "Well, it looks good." So anyway, I agree with her that it looks great. And I feel like, the big star of the show is definitely the foundation here, because, oh my gosh, I don't think I've had a foundation that wears this perfectly for this long since I initially tried the Dior Forever Matte, which is my holy grail foundation. It has that nice luminosity that makes your skin look better than it is, less wrinkly, less old, less dry, but it's not a super oily, greasy looking luminosity. It's a very soft luminosity. And, I did still have to powder some parts of my face, but it worked really well with this setting powder. So this, in combination with the About Face powder, wow, what a combo. These are beautiful together. And I feel like the makeup literally looks just applied. There's like zero wear on my nose, zero wear on my chin, zero wear between my eyebrows where I usually get wearing off. I feel like the under eye concealer is okay. This is supposed to be a creaseless concealer, and it's definitely creasier than my regular concealer, which is, my fave, the Lancome Tinty Dole. I definitely have creasing under my eyes. I have creasing at the inner corners. They look a little dry. They look a little crusty. They definitely look creased like underneath. It is worn off a little bit at the inner corners, but from a distance, it looks more in place. Other stars of the show today are the L'Oreal Flash Cat Eye Liner. This is really good. And look at that staying power. I mean, 9 hours, and this looks just applied, perfectly in place. No flaking, no smudging, no rubbing off. And everyone that I was out with tonight commented on the wing and how nice it looked. And this is really easy to work with. If you love a winged liner, definitely try this little template. It makes it super easy to do, and the liner really stays in place. It's a nice, bold, but matte black, and it's really great looking. Also really loving the L'Oreal Faux Brow. This is really nice, and it's really in place. I do want to go wash my face and then come back and see if it can last through an oil cleanse. You know, I do a double cleanse to get all my makeup off. This says it's supposed to stay on for 2 days. We'll see if it does or if it comes off with an oil cleanse. I gotta think it will, but we'll give it a try. Brows look really perfected, and it's really easy to get those hair-like strokes, get the shape just right. Really great product. I love it. So 2 winners from L'Oreal right there. And another big winner is the ELF Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. This is really, really nice. I put it on with a lip liner this time just to see how it looks with a lip liner. I think it looks great with a lip liner, without a lip liner. I think I'm gonna pick up a couple more of these in a little bit more of a bolder color. Keep your lips moisturized for a really, really long time. So that's a really good one. I'm really loving this Maybelline lifter stick. It blended in beautifully and it stayed all day. Also really enjoyed the ELF palette. If you're looking for a really easy to work with palette that doesn't get too dark, the shades aren't super pigmented, they're nice and translucent, so you don't build up too much eyeshadow too fast. It's really pretty, and I think this green color is very pretty. Kind of wish I had used it. I just want to put it on now. What the heck? Oh, that looks so nice. I wish I had put the green on sooner. So I think all the shades in this are really pretty, really wearable. And I really like the Lumi Le Glow Stick. This gave such a pretty glow. It's not blingy or icy, and it doesn't have a lot of glitter in it. It just looks really natural, lit from within glow on the skin. Besides the concealer, the things that are just okay for me are the mascara. This didn't really curl my lashes as much as I thought it should, and it didn't give me like the length and the volume that I get out of other mascaras. There's a little bit of smudging right down here under this eye. I think that's the mascara. The blush is pretty, it's still in place. I don't think it looked bad, but there is this like just chunky area here on my cheek where the things didn't blend well together. So that's why I'm just taking off points for that. Otherwise, I do think it looks really pretty and it's a nice blush. So I'll be reaching for these a lot in the near future. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Links for all products will be either on the screen or in the description box below the video. As always, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.